Some dishes are a true showcase of the quality of your ingredients. A perfectly made steak tartare is one of them. It's an elegant classic that's fresh, flavorful and surprisingly simple to make at home. Today I'm going to show you how to prepare this Belgian favorite. For this dish I use a steak with very little intramuscular fat. The meat I'm using is from a specific breed called Belgian Blue. The breed is known for its incredibly lean meat, which makes it perfect for steak tartare. I'm using 200 grams or 7 ounces of meat for one person. If you're cooking for more people, simply multiply the ingredients by the number of servings you need. Before we even touch the meat, we will prepare our dressing. I start by prepping our vegetables. I'm only going to use a portion of these chopped vegetables in our sauce. Half is for the sauce, the other half I will serve in separate bowls. That way, people can add more to their own taste when we serve the dish. I have 2 small shallots and I'm going to start by cutting a few thin rings from one for garnish. I will finally chop the rest of the shallot along with a few gherkins. I will add a small spoonful of capers to the chopped vegetables, then finish by taking a handful of fresh parsley, rolling it up and chopping it finely. To complete the dressing, I add about a teaspoon of mayonnaise, a teaspoon of ketchup, and for a bit of heat, a few drops of Tabasco, together with a little bit of that English sauce with a hard to pronounce name. And then the final ingredient, an egg yolk. And I will mix everything together until the sauce is completely combined. To make sure our meat stays as fresh as possible while we work with it, I'm going to set my mixing bowl in a larger bowl filled with ice. This will keep the meat nice and cool, and it's also how you should serve the finished dish. Chilled. I'm going to cut this with a knife, not run it to a meat grinder. The goal is to keep a little bit of bite to ensure the finished dish has also some texture. I start by cutting the meat into very small pieces. The smaller you get them here, the better. Once the meat is finely diced, I will use 2 knives to chop it even further. You want to keep going until you have no big chunks left, but be careful not to turn it into a paste. It should be finely chopped, but not a uniform ground mince. Once the meat is sliced, I add the dressing. Keep in mind that the acids in the dressing will slowly tenderize the meat. You can slice the meat ahead of time and keep it chilled, but the dressing should only be added at the very last moment, just before serving. To balance the richness of the tartare, I'm making a simple salad. I'm using classic butter lettuce. I will start by taking a few leaves and washing them thoroughly. Then I will roll the leaves up like a cigar and slice them into thin strips. For the salad dressing, I'm going to keep it simple. I will use a teaspoon of tarragon vinegar, a teaspoon of olive oil and a teaspoon of sharp mustard. The mustard here serves 2 purposes. It adds a nice bite of flavor and it also acts as an emulsifier to help the oil and the vinegar stay together. I will also add a teaspoon of water and mix everything together until it's completely combined. Remember, you only want to add enough dressing to lightly coat the lettuce, just enough to give it flavor without making it soggy. It's time to serve. I will grab a serving ring and place it in the center of the plate. I spoon the steak tartare into the ring and gently press it down. I carefully lift the ring away, revealing our beautifully shaped tartare. I add a few of those thin shallot rings we cut earlier. To finish the dish, I add a generous handful of our fresh shallot right next to the tartare and place our large caper right on top. And there you have it, a true taste of Belgium. A classic and elegant dish that proves that a few simple, high quality ingredients are all you need to create something truly fantastic. Enjoy!